The number of times that teachers are calling in sick in Dufferin-Peel is having an impact on its school budgets. CityNews has learned that the board has asked some schools to hold back up to 25% of their annual budget, money that should be used for textbooks and furniture and classroom technology, to cover the costs of filling in for teachers. Now, the major problem with this is that teachers are entitled to 11 days of paid sick day per year, but in Dufferin-Peel, the average teacher takes 14.
The teachers are way higher on a higher percentage basis here. There's obviously something going on. So my first question would be, let's get to the understanding of why that's the case.
According to the union representing Catholic board teachers, those absences are legitimate. For the second time in less than a week, the union refused to speak with us on camera, but in a statement explains, if we are away, it is for legitimate reasons, such as illness or personal emergencies. The number of incidents of violence against teachers has been increasing over the past few years, which is also contributing to a number of teacher absences, both over the short and long term. But those absences can mean fewer resources in the classroom. The board says it frequently funds learning resources, but concedes that those who oversee school budgets are setting aside contingency funds to address unanticipated costs, like absenteeisms.
Clearly money that's earmarked for books and resources for students, that's certainly where it should go.
I don't like to deprive the children for that, right? They shouldn't be deprived.
When I hear that, I think about the school boards and the schools having budgets for teacher salaries, and they also have budgets for related expenses as well. So when you raise this issue with me, my first reaction is, I need to look into this. I care about the learning environment in the classroom, and we need to make sure our resources are being allocated properly.
We asked the government to look into this further, but we haven't heard back.
Most boards in this province are operating in really bare bones. Every dollar counts. And we know already that boards are scrambling to cover the cost of textbooks and other things. So the idea that those things would have to be then covered by, fundraising? It's confusing to me. And I'm really surprised that the government has allowed it to get to this point.
It has gotten to that point. At the bargaining table back in 2012, teachers won the right to an additional paid day off if they're absent less than the annual target rate, which is currently 13.3 days. Take note, that's still 2 more sick days than they're entitled to in their contracts. In a statement, board spokesperson Bruce Campbell says the earned leave plan was centrally negotiated with the province. Again, this is ultimately an increased cost to the DPC DSB. Last week, Campbell told us that there wasn't a shortage of supply teachers in the board, but that increased use of these sick days has put a strain on the system, forcing the board to call in parents on occasion to essentially babysit classes.
I don't think it's right. There are a lot of young teachers that need a job right now. The younger ones should come in, and not the parents. They're not the ones educated to do that.
But it does come at a savings as well. When a board has to call in an unqualified, uncertified parent to look over the class, it costs them about $140 a day. Calling in a supply teacher costs about $260 a day. Now, we did reach out to the minister again, asking what the minister's position was on hiring these unqualified, uncertified parents to run these classrooms. We have still not heard back.